Once upon a time, in a small town surrounded by green hills, there lived a boy named Tom. Tom was different from the other children. His greatest passion was to explore the stars and the universe. At night, he would gaze out of his window, imagining distant galaxies and stars. Tom's most prized possession was his telescope. With it, he could examine the sky more closely and discover the mysterious worlds of the stars. Every night, he would set up his telescope on the small balcony of his room and embark on a journey into the depths of space. One day, as Tom was observing the sky through his telescope, something caught his attention. In the distance, he saw a bright beam of light. He focused intently and realized that it was a meteorite. However, this meteorite was different from the others. It was hurtling towards Earth at great speed. Excitedly, Tom observed the meteorite and then immediately rushed down to inform the people of the town. However, no one believed him. "Stop with your nonsense about aliens, Tom," they said. "We don't believe that anything could fall from the sky." Disheartened by the fact that he couldn't convince anyone, Tom returned home. But he was not ready to give up. He knew he had to come up with a plan. It was time for him to become a hero. Tom began to ponder on finding a way to stop the giant meteorite that nobody in the town believed was real. For several days, he meticulously observed the movements of the meteorite through his telescope. Eventually, he believed he had found a solution. One night, he secluded himself in his room and started to devise a plan. Using his telescope, he carefully calculated the trajectory of the meteorite. Then, he took an old map of the town and marked the spot where the meteorite would likely hit. The next morning, Tom went to see Mr. Smith, the town's wisest and most knowledgeable scientist. He showed Mr. Smith the data he had collected to prove the reality of the meteorite. Impressed by Tom's courage and determination, Mr. Smith promised to help him. Together, they decided to build a rocket to intercept the meteorite. This rocket would carry a device capable of breaking apart the meteorite. Tom and Mr. Smith would work together to save the town from the impending danger posed by the meteorite. During the nights, Tom and Mr. Smith worked tirelessly to build their rocket. While Tom focused on assembling the rocket's control system and power source, Mr. Smith prepared an explosive device to shatter the meteorite. Despite the challenges they faced, they never lost hope. Tom and Mr. Smith finally completed their rocket and positioned it at the designated spot where the meteorite was expected to strike. The entire town gathered around, filled with a mixture of anticipation and anxiety. They all watched in silence as the moment drew near. At last, the awaited moment arrived. The meteorite rapidly descended from the sky, hurtling towards the town. Tom and Mr. Smith, gripping the control levers tightly, directed their rocket towards the target. With pounding hearts, they launched their rocket. As the rockets advanced towards their target, they began to orbit around the meteorite. Finally, they activated the explosives, causing the meteorite to shatter into countless pieces with a deafening roar. The townsfolk erupted into cheers and applause, declaring Tom a hero. Tom had successfully averted the disaster with his telescope and bravery. Now, everyone believed in him, and his passion for the stars burned even brighter. Tom knew that he was ready for even greater discoveries and adventures in the future. And so, Tom's adventure in space concluded as a tale of heroism, but his fascination with the stars would continue forever.